All right, guys, getting us some music news.
All right, music news.
That's right.
News.
So here we have the first clip here of rapper Salento gets 30 years for killing his cousin.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. And what was the song he sang?
Watch me whip, whip, whip. Watch me nay.
I know that one.
And he was I believe he was in high school when he got signed. He was a number one, he was a top Billboard artist when he was still in high school.
They're very young.
Yeah.
Super young.
Man.
So he's going there for the next 30 years, and he'll be out in his, I'm assuming his 50s, because he's probably he's got to be, because when did that come out? 2017, 18?
Yeah, he probably won't be able to whip anymore.
He'll be someone's whipping boy. Unfortunately.
So he did end up pleading guilty. But he was saying back in 2001 when he was shooting his cousin, it was he was going through a lot of mental illness and stuff like that. So I don't know if that was part of it. I don't know what the whole feud thing was. Apparently he had some previous charges of aggravated assault.
Yeah.
With a weapon and shit like that. So I don't think he, by the sounds of it, was very stable.
Yeah.
No.
No. So,
wow.
Obviously killing his cousin is a big sign. But I mean, there's...
Murder is kind of a sign.
A sign of you're not doing well.
You're not doing well, especially if it's within your family.
In your family, yeah. So I don't know the whole back. They didn't go into the backstory of what happened with that, but this is a sad thing that...
Yeah,
you have to go through that shit, right?
They should have figured that out right at the beginning. I think that's all he said throughout that whole song is, "Watch me whip,
whip, FBI
should say any other words in there,
right? That's all the whole song is. Yeah, let me whip. So he's pistol whipping.
FBI sitting there just like this. Hey guys, come listen to this. What the fuck is that?
What does that sound like?
Keep an eye on this guy. Watch me whip, whip, whip. Watch me nay.
We all know that song. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it got over 2 billion views.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
It was one of those ones that was a song with the dance.
Yeah.
Which when you do that, when you have us dance with your song, that's automatic stardom.
Yeah, 100%.
Look what happened with the Gangnam Style, dude.
Oh.
That stupid whatever the hell that was. And then Macarena too.
There's actually I saw a clip of
Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy, yeah. Of Gangnam Style guy. He came out and he's still fucking huge in some places.
Oh yeah, man.
He comes out and people go crazy.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a whole concert of just that song.
Just a bunch of people in the audience going like
for 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking aerobics workout.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You do it from your chair too.
So deadmau5 sells his Mouse 5-trap label and catalog. There's a clip on there of music of 4,000 songs to a private LA-based creative music group, an indie music distributor for $55 million USD.
That's all he got?
Yeah. But he's still performing and doing all this. He's still doing a lot of concerts. I think he's doing a couple in Canada.
But he's huge.
He's massive, yeah.
He should at least got...
I'm sure he worked at
$100 million for that, at least.
Well, I think what happened, he probably worked at a deal where he gets still gets some kind of residual from it and stuff. I'm assuming.
I wonder if that creative music group is AI.
Oh yeah. Well, I know they're gonna remaster some of his songs. What creative music thing is they wanted to bring this out into the new age kind of thing to new listeners. So they're gonna remaster them, do whatever they got to do to them, and then release them again. So. But I didn't know he was from Niagara Falls.
Yeah,
Canada. Yeah, I knew he was Canadian. I didn't know he was from Niagara Falls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool though. But yeah, $55 million did seem a bit low if that's all he got.
Yeah,
he's got massive hits.
Oh man, and he's everywhere. That mouse head alone.
Oh, the mouse
is worth $55 million. Just his look.
Well, even if you don't listen to electronic music, you know who he is.
Yeah,
just by that helmet thing or whatever the mouse hat he wears.
I wonder if he was probably one of the guys because that that kind of music's so big now. Those concerts are so big.
Yeah,
they have festivals, and I wonder if he was kind of one of those grandfather of not grandfather, but one of the pioneers that made that so big, just being on stage and being like this, and then
but if you think about it that way, then for him to just do a couple of turntables, $55 million is a lot of money just for the amount of time that he's probably spent on the songs, right?
Well, and then he doesn't have the headache of running that label and
Yeah.
getting all the rights, people wanting the rights for his music and all that kind of shit, right? So
you said he's still performing too, right?
Yeah, he's still performing.
So yeah, he has to have something.
Oh yeah, there's
licensing
got to be a
thing.
deal where he gets like residuals or whatever he gets. I'm sure it's 55 plus other
He
perks,
just doesn't
right?
own it. He just doesn't own his songs anymore. So
Yeah.
that's kind of unfortunate. But
Yeah,
I mean,
But like
you
I
got
said-
4,000 songs.
yeah.
Chances are you could probably make another 4,000 more, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, no, that's pretty cool though. A clip up here: musician Jody Glenham is worried about live music in Vancouver, stating the cost of rent for musicians and live music is out of reach, making it difficult to make money in this changing music landscape. The Canadian Live Music Association released a study finding that in 2023, live music contributed to $10.9 billion to Canada's GDP, gross domestic product, and also supports 100,000 full-time jobs. With local municipalities in Vancouver and Victoria are preparing music strategies to help save local venues, musicians, and audiences. So this is really, really cool to see how she's calling out and how local municipalities are kind of stepping in to try to save these, like, say, iconic venues.
Yeah,
That's
You
pretty
know?
awesome.
that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, like I know the municipality I work for redid a church, and they did it into a live performance venue.
Nice.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
pretty
so
cool.
they have concerts, they do screenings there, they do a whole bunch of stuff, right? So I think it's just a great example of municipalities taking charge of, like, we need to save our local, like, music, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the music scene. Like,
Music scene, yeah,
Is it-
exactly. That's what I meant to say.
Well, it's like being in Oshawa. Even though it was a shithole when we were there, the dungeon, that was a scene in Oshawa. Was the dungeon, whether the shape it was or not, it was good or not, it was a scene. You went
Yes.
there. We literally saw Alexis on fire there in front of what, like 20 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was it.
Well,
Enough that Alexis on fire right before they hit the big time. Knew enough that if we're gonna play anywhere in this area, that's where you got to go. You can't
Right.
get rid of these venues, man.
You can't, but I think what they're trying to say, she's trying to say in this article, is like just how expensive it is to run a venue because of all the costs involved and stuff like that, right? So that's why municipalities have to step in
yeah.
and kind of help out, I think.
See, this is what I want to know. Like, what is so expensive about running a venue? Like, and this is complete ignorance, and I know we played a lot of venues over the years, but like,
Right.
you got a sound system, you got electricity, you got a washroom, you get servers, you got alcohol.
Yeah, but you have the bands you have to pay for, all
But
that
the-
kind of stuff. They don't make a whole lot, but I think the overhead is probably a little bit, like they don't
Maybe.
make a ton of money at the end of the night kind of thing, right?
That's why I wonder, like, some like I think about it like a comedy club. Like, they pay some of these guys like $8,000 to come for a weekend, but they're only charging $40 a ticket, and you can only fit 200 people in there.
yeah.
So that's only $1,600. So
Then you
like,
got-
or $800. No,
Then you
that's
got,
terrible.
like-
Whatever. I fuck me.
And that's why he doesn't own a venue.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, you want money here? Say jokes, play music.
But it's probably
music,
it's
yeah.
probably because of Taylor Swift tickets, ticket prices, and
Yeah.
like some 41 ticket prices. Like they're not making, they can't charge as much as like the big venues,
Right.
Yeah.
and massive venues, right? Like they're making a killing off of it,
Yeah,
and
And I think that'd
I
be
don't know, I
pretty
think-
cool to maybe interview, if we can, on one of our shows, or episodes, we can interview a music venue owner.
Yeah.
And just see the kind of the cost. You could break down like why it is getting more expensive
Yeah.
and harder to run a venue.
Yeah.
You know, I think so. But this musician here that was talking in this article, like, she does a couple of jobs, right? Like, she's doing a bunch of jobs to just support herself to be able to be a musician.
yeah.
You know, so I think it's just getting harder and harder for people to showcase themselves.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
Which is weird because like right now is like the golden age of promoting yourself with social
Right.
media. Like
Yeah.
it's like there's no such thing as like really a TV star anymore. Like people, like I think I saw on one podcast is that the number one occupation that kids want to be nowadays, that's in school, YouTube influencer.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's the number one thing.
Actually, kind of funny. I was just talking to my kid yesterday about this whole thing. She was showing me videos. She's like, "Look, we went to Canada's Wonderland last week, and we saw these celebrities, and they were actually TikTok stars, right?
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, but people were following them like they were celebrities. Like it was a massive crowd of people behind this one guy that does little jokes and things like that. And I was like, celebrity, and she's like, well, famous.
Yeah,
which it's kind of weird.
It's
right?
weird.
It's kind of like a loose. Yeah, it's kind of a different changing landscape with that. Like you're a TikTok, you're like a TikTok influencer is now a famous person.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, when you're thinking you heard that, you probably thought of an actor or a musician or something, right? Some kind of
crazy
talented person, right? But now it's like an influencer is taking up all this talent space, I guess. Like I don't know exactly what's really going on with that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I mean, that's just the way it is nowadays, man. Like people, like everybody just lives on. I mean, we post on social media.
It's
YouTube
true.
is social media.
It's
we have an
true.
Instagram account. We got a TikTok account.
Yeah, we do now.
I'm pretty sure at one point in time it'd be cool to just do this for a living, but at the same time, it's just kind of like some of these people you see, like you said, like Canada's Wonderland. This one person who just tells jokes, and you're like, really? He's like, they perform live? No, they just post videos.
Yeah,
that's
all
it.
it is. It's
Okay,
like
cool.
20-second videos.
And you can't get mad at that person either, because
Not at
it's just
all.
like they just post and they just caught fire, and it
Who's
is what it
gonna
is.
not
right?
be want to do that? I'm gonna make money for just making a 30-second video.
Yeah,
every day.
Yeah, why,
You
like
know
who
what I
wouldn't
mean?
want to do
Right.
that, right? You know,
You
right?
know?
So I can't really knock that. It's just change the times, I guess.
Yeah, it's just strange.
I just say fuck doing articles and all these discussions. We'll just sit here and just talk about how our day was or something.
Yeah.
Man,
I just
see some of them, man.
yeah, went to work. I went home. Had dinner.
Had dinner.
Yeah.
30-second video.
I said a couple last names wrong.
That's my everyday life. Even people I know.
What's my last name? No, I'm just joking.
Smythe.
So I'm just gonna say that. Yeah. Like I can't even get my own.
Well, Lingling?
God damn, this one's hard. Well,
This one's hard.
the hardest one is Michelle's. Like she's the hardest.
I still can't do that one.
Yeah, that one's tough.
I can't even
The
pronounce
only reason
it.
the only reason I know it is because I'm with her for so long. Right?
Very,
Just
very
spell it.
European.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Very
Whoa,
European.
Whoa,
Yes.
Hey now, what's going on? There's a
And when
Z
I
in there.
and even when I say it, I'm like, did I say that right? I'm like, oh shit. Spelling it's a whole other fucking
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That took me about 10 years. So the next clip here, we have a Swedish heavy metal band, Ghost, will be banning cell phones at their concerts.
Good.
The lead singer, Tobias, of the band said, if you have 10,000 people at a concert and 8,000 of them are holding a phone, there's something deeply disconnecting.
I agree.
So this clip, stop that clip just for 1 sec. Sorry, I should have mentioned that, because I'm going to get into that one in just a sec. The singer says, going on to share that he first ran this idea by his daughter, who was very skeptical of the idea. So here's how this this experiment will go. So upon entry of the concert, attendees will have to put their phones in a yardy pouches, and that's what this clip is, to show you what that is. Because I had no idea.
Students arriving in school will come in through this line. They'll hand over their cell phone that's turned off. It goes into the yonder pouch. Yonder pouch gets locked.
Yonder.
Goes back to the student. The student will then walk to the next station. This backpack search to make sure that it's clear. They'll walk through the metal detector, receive their backpack with their cell phone in it. At the end of the day, staff will go around yonder, open the pouch, allow the student to get their cell phone, and we will retrieve the pouch at the end.
Yeah, that was like a school that did that. I just wanted to show, like, that's pretty much the process will be for a concert.
You know who was one of the pioneers that started doing this? Was Dave Chappelle.
Really?
Yeah, because everybody was recording because he wanted to keep it before his Netflix specials came out. So he started doing this, and people were like, "What the hell? I don't want to put it in there. Like, you're gonna take my phone." It's like, no, it just puts it in a pouch. You can't access it. Like, I mean, some people get away with it because they'll bring a second phone. That's how bad it is.
Well, that's the thing.
Or a
But-
pair of scissors or something.
Yeah, true.
But no, that's you know what, I'm all on board for that. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, it's just like kind of an experiment. In the article, he was saying Jack Black did this, or not Jack White.
Oh,
Yeah, the
okay.
White. Sorry, Jack Black. Jack White did this.
It's
at
close.
One of his
It's close.
concerts. Yeah,
Black and
right?
white.
See, I fucked up the fucking last name.
and the color. It's all right.
Jesus Christ! All right. So and this will be if concert goer, like if they have an emergency and they need their phone, they'll be able to go into like the lobby area or wherever, and they'll be able to unlock it there. Or like there's designated spots where you can get it unlocked to use your phone. So and they will have to leave the main show and go through the lobby and get their phone unlocked when they're on their way out too. So that's kind of the same thing. So they got to go back out that way anyway. So if you're constantly having to go to your phone, you're going to miss a lot of the show anyway, right? Mm-hmm. But it was kind of like a thing where he was for it and kind of like he's kind of 50-50, I think, the lead singer. Because he was like, I get that too with filming it. It goes online and that's exposure as well too. So you get free promotion from that. Everyone posting on their TikTok and Instagram and everything, the concert, right? So that's even more promotion for them, like free promotion.
Yeah.
And he says he's not all against it because I think when they started it, they were on MySpace.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I remember those days.
Yeah, man, like the MySpace days. Like that's kind of where he started with social media with their band Ghost, right? So, so I think it's just like kind of like the older school with the newer school. So they're kind of implementing what can we do to prevent people from just filming the whole thing and looking through their phone. You know, because I think you're ruining like that whole what he said about 8,000 people being disconnected. I think is such a valid point because you're really looking at the concert through a screen basically.
Yeah.
Instead of just you're right there.
Yeah.
But it's like you're watching it on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like just be in the moment and be in the show. But then in the same sense, it's also beneficial where we can get free promotion. So
Yeah, like I understand the free promotion thing, but also what they can do is they could just record every one of their shows, like a lot of these bands do. Like a band I can think of, RC Drive. Every single show they record clips from it, so you can share that way. Because I just find that people nowadays, like the young kids that are on social media and that's their life, they have to prove that they were there.
Yes.
So if they posted
true.
themselves, they're like, I was there, I was in that crowd. It's just like, do you really need to prove that you were there? Like, if I met, like, say, like, someone that was, like, famous that I thought was cool, I wouldn't even probably ask for a picture. I'd just, like, rather have a shake the hand, 2-minute conversation and be on my way. Like, I hate people that ask for autographs now. I think that's so weird.
But I think in this day and age, you wouldn't be able to prove it. So
Yeah, that's
it wouldn't be
wild
real.
shit.
It wouldn't be like you say you met your idol or something you really looked up to, whatever. I shook his hand and talked with him for like 5 minutes. Yeah, like no, you didn't.
I know. You prove it. I'm sorry. I want to be caught in the moment with this guy or girl or whatever. Like, it's just like, I just don't understand. Like, whatever. I don't know.
And too, like speaking of legends, we want to say like rest easy to Brian Wilson, who recently just passed on June 11th, 2025. He was a co-founder and creative lead of the Beach Boys. He's recognized as one of the greatest and most innovative musicians in American history.
Oh man!
And I know he's such a big influence to pretty much all. Like I'm just starting to get to know a lot of his stuff now, of the Beach Boys and stuff, where I'm really getting more into it. Right? So
he was an interesting dude, man. Like after he had his that big anxiety attack on the plane while they were on tour, he's like, I gotta stay home and write everything, and again, that's where a mental health thing comes in. This wasn't really known at the time. Right. So what did he do? He just went to drugs. He took a lot of LSD.
Really?
A lot of LSD and shit. And, he did that and he came out with Pet Sounds, which is arguably one of the greatest albums ever. Paul McCartney even said that's one of his favorite albums, and that helped create the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's. Which, if you listen to them both, you're like, oh, I get it. Like, I totally understand.
Here's the influence.
Pet Sounds is my favorite Beach Boys album, and Sgt. Pepper's is my favorite Beatles album. I know a lot of people like the White Album, but I like Sgt. Pepper's. Because I think they're just so contrastingly similar. That's like, I don't know, I just dig it. But, like, it sucks. It sucks. He was still making music until his 70s, I think. 10 years ago.
Really, eh?
Yeah, 10 years ago was the last record he put out, and it was original stuff, and he would have been 73 because he died, I think, 83 or 82.
He was going to be 83 on June 20th.
Yeah, so yeah, he was making into his 70s original music still. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah,
and you think that maybe, because I think we were talking about this, about how maybe the creativeness helped him ease his anxiety and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Like his ease was to write music, stay home and write music.
Yeah.
Not go out on tour or go wherever, do promotional stuff, is just sit at home and write music.
He loved music, man.
Yeah.
And there's one song, I think it's called Short Breadin'. And he was so obsessed with the song and like its arrangement that he would get high. And I forget who he was talking to. I think it was Iggy Pop. He was with Iggy Pop and someone else. And they were high and whatever. And he started playing the Short Breadin' song or whatever. And then they're like all fucking fucked up and shit. And then 8 hours later, they all pass out. They wake up the next morning, he's still on piano playing it. Just fucked up. And then Iggy Pop was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. He's fucked. Iggy Pop said that. He's like, fuck this guy. He's crazy.
Yeah, fuck, I gotta go home.
Yeah. I think it's called Short Breadin'. I think I could be wrong with the name, but like, yeah, he really dived into music when he wanted to dive into it.
Yeah.
Like, he really put himself into it.
So and too, I think that's cool. Like we brought up about mental health and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, can you almost use drugs and alcohol or whatever to ease that anxiety too, right?
Yeah.
Like the creativeness didn't fully do it, but it was like, okay, I need more to kind of help me with this to get through life.
Get through it, and I mean, like, and there wasn't like with a lot of people. I don't know if they know, but like he was borderline schizophrenic too, Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
So. I don't know if he was on drugs that was helping with it, and then he just went to LSD, and then that's a whole story. If you read up on him, man, like he had a interesting fucking upbringing in life, man. But fucking one of the best, dude.
Yeah,
one
man.
of the best fucking
And a
best
lot of
songwriters.
it too was his family that was involved in that too.
His dad was massively, and his mom too influenced them because she was a great singer. Mm-hmm. So, his dad was like, his dad fucked them over because he sold the Beach Boys catalog. The Beach Boys, when they were the biggest band on the planet, he sold the fucking rights to it, and that pissed Brian off. It was depressed and as fuck.
That's sad, man.
Yeah. Sold all the rights to that, and he broke up, like he broke the management because his dad used to manage him, and he went, "Fuck you."
That's sad. So parents can be such a bad influence as well too. A bad career move almost to have your parents as managers.
Dude, like his dad listened to Pet Sounds and goes, "What the hell is this?" His dad's still in the 60s, wanted him to make like surf rock. It's like, well, that's dead. Like, fucking, what are you doing?
But
that's dead.
His dad wasn't with the times kind of thing.
No, he was
like, it's changing.
Yeah,
right?
he was like, you guys, this is the hit. You're gonna keep doing that. And then a lot of people thought that, but then like Pet Sounds, when it first came out, it wasn't necessarily a big hit. But as it went on and time grew, people really learned to appreciate. Oh man, like that Brian's really he's a fucking genius, dude.
Yeah.
Especially when other artists like the Beatles and Hendrix and all these guys that heard it were like, whoa, man, that's different. Like, that's different level shit.
That's what I was saying about, like, the harmonies. Like, how incredible the harmonies are in that.
Yes, sir.
You know, if you're, like, right into music and reading music and all that kind of stuff, you appreciate a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So, yeah, man, that's sad.
It's sad.
Sad to hear, man.
Rest easy, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, man. And get back to, I just want to end this music news with just, like I said, with the other part of the episode of just contact us, anybody, if you're going through anything, we're always here. We'll end it there.
Pat's phone number is
and his address, his social insurance number. All right, we'll catch you on the next one.
All right.
Yeah.
Just have my phone number on the fucking screen there.
This is everything in between. This is everything in between.